And for more on Wednesday's hearings, Jamie, and any possible fallout, we're joined by Fox News contributor Deneen Borelli, Director of Outreach for FreedomWorks, and Christy Setzer, President of New Heights Communications. Christy, Deneen, welcome. Let me, Deneen, start with you. You just heard Congressman Chaffetz say people are scared to death. What type of new revelations, if any, do you expect will come out of this hearing?
Well, let me tell you this, Eric. Thank God for these three brave Americans who are now going to be able to voice and tell the world what really happened. And this will expose the lies that have come out of President Obama, his administration, and Hillary Clinton. We need to know what happened. These three individuals will expose the truth and get justice going here, because the family and friends of these four dead Americans need to know what happened. They need answers, and America also needs to know what happened as well.
Well, Christy, the administration says that they've been transparent. They haven't tried to deliberately deceive or mislead anybody.
That's right. I think that it's pretty disingenuous to think that we're going to get any new answers or provide new accountability that hasn't already happened in the many, many months since the Benghazi attacks last September. Look, I don't want to diminish the deaths of 4 Americans in Benghazi in September, but we had 7 deaths of Americans in Afghanistan yesterday. We had 20 little kids die in Newtown in December. We've had 4,000 people die by guns alone since Newtown, and I don't see Republicans lifting a finger to do anything about any of that. This is not really about making our embassies safer. If it was, Republicans wouldn't have voted to cut diplomatic security. This is about embarrassing the president and about embarrassing his administration, which is they've tried to do consistently.
You know, you're sounding like Hillary Clinton. You know, what difference does this make? And here's the difference that it makes. We need answers now. There has been gross negligence that has occurred.
Christy, let her finish.
Gross negligence with the media, with Obama, and with Hillary Clinton. They sent Susan Rice out. She lied. Where was Obama during the 7.5 hours of this
attack?
Let her finish. Where was Hillary Clinton during the 7 hours of this attack as well? Where were the leaders of our country when this was happening? They didn't send in reinforcements like they should have when they were asking for it. They left these individuals on their own, and they are now dead, and we still don't have answers. And I find this to be very outrageous that we are at this point in time when, in fact, we should not be. We should have known what happened already. It's been 8 months.
Christy,
yep,
it was seven and a half hours this was going on. We know that they asked for security. They were turned down by the State Department. There are really troubling questions about the way this was dealt with.
There are questions, and there have been a ton of answers that have been given ad nauseum again and again and again.
Ad nauseum? Are you kidding me?
At hearing after hearing. The fact is that the Accountability Review Board laid out 29 recommendations that the president and then Secretary of State Clinton said they would implement all of them. As we already heard earlier this morning, the Accountability Review Board interviewed 100 people, some of which were, in fact, on the ground that night. So, again, the fact that we think that we are going to be hearing something new, no, we're not. This is just a good topic of political distraction for Republicans.
Even the State Department Inspector General is conducting their own investigation of the internal investigation that was done as to why these individuals did not come forward. We have an investigation, but no answers. Why are we still at this point? This is outrageous, and America needs answers now.
Christy?
Okay, again, the State Department investigation is not related to the so-called whistleblowers.
It is related.
It is routine.
Come on, stop trying to spin this. It is related. We need answers, we need justice, and we need to hold someone accountable. We still don't have anyone that's been held accountable.
We know that the investigation, they did say that they did say they are reviewing the whole Accountability Board process. Yes. But Deneen, what do you think went wrong here?
Listen, it was during election time, right before the election, and I think President Obama used the death of these 4 Americans, kept it quiet so that he can continue with his campaign, because the last thing he wanted was a military action against al-Qaeda, exposing Obama's failures, lying to Americans that al-Qaeda is done, al-Qaeda is finished, when in fact they are not. They are still active. They hate America. They hate our ways, and they want to kill us in any way that they can. That is what I think happened. It was about Obama's politics, saving his election, and not being forthright with the American people. And Christy, I find the whole thing outrageous.
All right, Christy, last word, your reaction. Something
I believe that Republicans then and Republicans now believe that this is a good political issue for them, because they believe that the longer we keep talking about it, the longer it puts Democrats and the president on the defensive.
Well, do you think something went wrong?
We've answered these questions again and again and again.
Christy, do you believe anything went wrong?
I believe that Benghazi was an attack on us, not an attack attack by us, and I think we need to
This
have
happened on
Republicans
the
start
anniversary
solving
of
our
September
problems.
11th.
Start solving our problems,
September
not creating
11th.
political distractions.
All right, well, there's the debate right there. You saw it live right here this morning, and we will hear more about it this Wednesday.
Thanks, Eric.
Deneen and Christy, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.